helping that you have people like coming to segueing into Rahul Gandhi recently in his much touted address in Cambridge. Every time he just rushes off to a foreign university. Last time, I think last elections it was in Harvard. He sat, or was it Berkeley? I don't remember where he sat, and he spewed absolute nonsense. And now it's Cambridge, where apparently he pointed to a random Sikh gentleman in the audience, and he says, you are treated like a second, Modi treats you like a second class citizen in the country. He actually said that. So, coming to Rahul Gandhi, especially, uh, this man, he is no longer just a Pappu. That's my personal opinion. I think we tend to underestimate his. I mean, he's definitely stupid, uh, but stupidity of a dangerous
I,
kind.
I, I like the sound of certainty in your assertion.
Because I mean, one can't draw any other conclusion from watching all his pearls of wisdom that have come out from his mouth over the years. It's just he is stupid, there's no doubt about it, but he's also dangerous. This, I think, people probably don't realize because they're so in such a rush to dismiss him, which is very obvious in what he's doing in Cambridge right now. So Sanjay ji, what are your thoughts on this man?
I think more than dangerous, he's desperate. I think for some reason he thinks that 2024 is make or break for him, because in any case he is losing his relevance very rapidly. I think we saw that desperation even with George Soros,
Hmm.
and they keep becoming desperate because month after month, every 6 months, most reliable approval ratings, they still show Narendra Modi some 60, 65 basis points ahead of Rahul Gandhi. So they know that this guy has no chance.
Hmm.
And probably he himself believes so, because these are ratings coming from abroad. So
Hmm.
because he loves everything that comes from abroad, so that must be worrying him really quite a lot. So what do they do? Look at their methods. You say he's dangerous. Now look at just let's look at what he has done in the UK.
Hmm.
Where does he go in the Cambridge?
It
In
looked like a
Cambridge, he
student
goes
going.
to a sideline business school called JBS.
Acha.
Okay, what is JBS? Judge Business School or something, something. The Cambridge people who do not get their admission into their mainstream courses, Cambridge mainstream courses in economics, humanities, sciences. They are the renowned courses. That's what Cambridge is known for. Even literature. Nobody knows Cambridge for this JBS. What is this JBS? So he goes to this JBS and spouts some nonsense. The pro VC is a Pakistani who introduces him,
Hmm.
and he has absolutely no compunction in getting introduced by such a person. He's not really worried that people would probably uh, find some connection of that guy Kamal Munir with the ISI.
Hmm.
So when you have a person who is not worried about these signals that go across, I would call him a fool actually.
Hmm.
Why I call him a fool? Because politics is all about signals.
Signals, correct.
The kind of signals that you send are very, very important. And what are the kind of signals that you're sending when you go and sit with such people? Then he goes to the some committee room in the British Parliament House. Then again says something about Parliament. I am not allowed to speak. Now, who is he addressing? Is he addressing a foreign audience? Okay, let's say that. Okay, he's addressing the uh, funders of Congress or the left liberal gang. who would probably try and create some kind of narrative war. And you know very well that this narrative war that is being unleashed from the West, it doesn't affect anybody. How many people read New York Times or Washington Times in India? In fact, how many people read the English press? How many people watch the English news channels? You can pick up any bark rating sample and see that the consumption of English news in the overall scenario of the country is about 1 oblique 500. Within the Hindi landscape, it is about 1 oblique 200. So that being the case, in fact, it doesn't even stir the surface as far as the public in India is concerned, except that they get alarmed that here is a guy who is going abroad and bad mouthing people and telling Britain and US to intervene.
Correct.
Now,
The gall.
Mrs. Indira Gandhi's favorite election pitch always used to be the foreign hand.
Foreign hand. Correct.
That's because she understood the pulse of the Indian people. They hate nothing more
Then have
than foreign hand.
foreign hand.
And here is a guy, an aspiring leader in his own right. First of all, right now is aspiring to be the unanimous leader of the opposition. In fact, I have this theory that he is doing all this basically to tell the other opposition leaders, say, look, I am accepted in the West. You all are also getting help from the West. So therefore, because the West recognizes me, so you all recognize me as the challenger to Modi.
Oh, acha.
That is my theory. That is
Hmm.
my theory. Because of course it doesn't, because all this doesn't affect the Indian public one bit.
Hmm.
Nobody's bothered, except that minuscule 0.0000001% left liberal class,
Correct,
and
correct.
most of them don't go to vote anyway. So,
True.
so he's not impressing them.
Hmm.
He is trying to impress the opposition leaders. He is trying to tell KCR, look, KCR, look,
Take me
Stalin,
seriously.
look, Mamata Banerjee, all you people, you are beholden to the West for the support, the narrative support that you get. So, because they are supporting me, you accept me as the undisputed challenger to Modi. That's my theory purely. Okay.
Okay.
Completely subject to rebuttal.
Well, I mean, I guess.
But I think if you look at a few more things that he does, goes to Chatham House, calls
Chatham.
RSS fascist,
Hmm.
and plants somebody, that Malini Mehra was planted there.
Hmm. Oh, yes. Hmm.
Actually, he says that my father was an RSS man. And then I dug out an article yesterday from The Guardian, and that was 11th May 2003, where it says that this Madhav Mehra or Madhav Lal Mehra
The father.
traces history right from 1990, where he claims he was a government official. So when did he join the RSS?
RSS.
From 1990, he's supposed to be abroad.
Hmm.
So when was he in the RSS? That is one. Secondly, this Malini Mehra herself, it is quoted in the Guardian. I did a show yesterday. I quoted that. I read it out. She herself says that this guy indulges in misrepresentation about her father, and he cannot be relied upon.
About her
And
father.
about her father, the same father who she is now calling an RSS man. So I'm saying, I mean, come on, just imagine the incompetence, the sheer incompetence. You can't even plant somebody
But
correctly.
correctly. Right.
I mean, even if it is a staged show, damn it, stage it properly.
Correct, correct.
I mean, imagine how gauche this whole thing is, how incompetent.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.